got two headphones here that are very similar in sound and function, but pretty significantly different in price. So over here I have the Sony letters and number 4, and then over here I've got the TREBLAB Z7. And for full disclosure, I did buy these Sony headphones quite a while ago for a lot of money, and these TREBLAB headphones were sent to me for free so I could make a video on them. I gotta say, I'm really quite impressed with the TREBLAB, but I'm going to walk through feature comparing these so you know which is best for you. Now, I don't know if you will have the same opinion as me, but it's pretty clear to me that TREBLAB is really trying to copy a lot of what Sony has done, for better or for worse, but you can see the overall design is very similar. Both headbands are very comfortable. They both adjust very easily with a metal band. Kind of like the feel of the TREBLAB a little bit more, but nothing too significantly so far with the design. You can see the mics on the Sony. This is a little bit more hidden with the TREBLAB, but they are still there. And then if we look underneath for the charging and navigation, the navigation buttons you have on the left side, so you have a simple power button and then a custom button. On the TREBLAB, it's kind of reverse. You've got charging over here, and then you have a button for power and active noise cancellation here. Overall, for comfort and design, I wouldn't say one is better than the other. They're both perfectly fine. As far as button functionality goes, I honestly don't really know what I like more. Both of them, when you press the power button, they say what the battery level is at. I really like that. Now, the Sony headphones, they come with an app so you can customize the button. I like that you can use the app. I've only ever used it once. That's all I'm ever going to use it. I have it set up how I like it. No app with the TREBLAB. I do like that TREBLAB has an active noise cancellation button. You can put it in a passive mode as well. Both of these headphones have proximity detection or whatever you call it. So if I put this on my head, now the music is playing. If I take it off, then the music pauses. That's kind of nice. Also kind of annoying, but it's the same on both. So not really an advantage one over the other. On both headphones, if you put it on and you want to talk to someone, you can look like a goober and just put your hand like this, and then you can talk. And it uses the mics to pick up all of the sound so I can hear what I'm saying. I'm not really a big fan of this, but I will say I like it more on the TREBLAB. It sounds more like my natural voice, where on the Sony, it's almost an amplified voice that I'm hearing. I sound louder than I'm actually talking. So I do prefer the passive mode on the TREBLAB a little bit more. Both of these headphones have navigation where you tap the right earpiece, double tap to play or pause, and then you can swipe next or previous and then volume up or down. I will say again, the TREBLAB I actually prefer a little bit more. I like the material on this a little more. It just feels smoother and better. But overall, I don't like the navigation of tapping or moving up and down. I wish it just had physical buttons. That's just a personal preference for me. The only other difference is when you go up or down on the TREBLAB, it does not make a sound when you do that. It just increases the volume or decreases the volume. On the Sony, it makes a little ding to let you know that the volume is going up or down. For some, that's useful. For some, that's annoying. Overall, I would give a slight advantage to the TREBLAB again, just because it feels a little bit better. They both work about the same though. So to test out the audio, I've got a splitter, so I'm running the same exact audio feed to the headphones. So I'm going to turn on some music, really quick switch, let you know which I think is better. Alright, so I'm listening to the TREBLAB right now. I'd say all the ranges are good. Good mids, good treble, decent bass. The bass could be a little bit more, but pretty good. So let's switch over to Sony, and that's noticeably different. So I would say with the Sony, the sound, it's just more, it feels more full, more open. Really happy with the TREBLAB, but when you put this on, it's just a notch above. Slightly better bass, more full sound. Let's go to another song. Listening to another song, Sony headphones, nice, full sound. Overall, very happy with everything. Let's go back to TREBLAB. And again, a slight notch below. Overall audio quality, I've got to give it to these Sony headphones. The Sony, it just sounds more like I'm actually there where the music's going on. Whereas with the TREBLAB, it's still really good, but it just doesn't sound quite as full. Now, I have tested the mic on both of these, and I'm just going to say, I don't think it's great on either one. If you're going to use these to make phone calls, the person's going to hear you just fine. If you're going to use these to make YouTube videos or something like that, it's just going to sound horrible. And the last test I want to do is for noise cancellation. So I actually put on a bunch of different sounds. I'm going to use this Bluetooth speaker to simulate some sounds like the subway or the airplane. So let me go ahead. I'm going to to turn both of these on, and then I will tell you how the noise cancellation is. All right, we've got that on. While I'm turning these on, I do want to point out that both of these headphones can connect to multiple devices. So I've tried it with both my phone and my computer. If I'm listening to my computer and then I pause it, turn on my phone, it will switch just fine on both of these headphones. Really nice feature. Not really an advantage one over the other. They both work perfectly well for that. All right, so I just turned on an airplane sound. So not sure if you can hear it very well on your end, but it should kind of sound like we're in an airplane right now. So let me go ahead and put on these TREBLAB. And it is noticeably more quiet. The noise cancellation is working. Let's switch to Sony. And this just works better. It's more quiet for the airplane sound. It looks like we've moved on to the box fan sound. So it is actually somewhat loud in these Sony headphones for the box fan. Let me go back to TREBLAB, and it is more loud in the TREBLAB. So again, for the box fan sound, it's gonna go with the Sony over the TREBLAB. Office chatter, I'm hearing it. It's still pretty loud on the Sony, but not quite as loud. All right, let me go ahead and pause this. So after trying noise cancellation side to side, it's clear that the Sony is better, probably quite a bit better, though the noise cancellation on this is certainly okay. So overall, this is kind of a tricky thing for me. I've used the Sony for a long time. I really like it. I don't like how much money I spent on this. This is probably one of the most expensive things that I have purchased. I think that's ridiculous for headphones, but for noise cancellation, this works really, really well. This is nice for traveling, nice in airplanes. The price does change on these headphones, but from what I've seen, they're usually either a third or half the price of these Sony headphones. And from a design perspective, very similar. Honestly, if we're just talking design and comfort and button navigation, I think I would give the slight edge to these TREBLAB. I think they're really, really nice. If we go over to sound and noise cancellation though, for both of those areas, I've got to give it to the Sony. I think the sound on these TREBLAB, it is really nice, but it's just better on the Sony. Noise cancellation, probably significantly better on the Sony. Overall, these are both great headphones. This is especially great for the price. For what you're paying, you get a lot. Sony is premium, but you get what you pay for. This is some of the best noise cancellation that you can find. I've been really happy with the noise cancellation on this. Hope this video helped. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.